Joining me now is Asif Arif. He's a lawyer who has written a book about French secularism. He joins us now live. Good to see you. Now, as we know, the French Republican model, the French version of secularism, if you like, is the idea that you can believe whatever you like in your home, in your family, in your community. But when it comes down to it, the French Republican values trump all others. Where do you think does Emmanuel Macron stand on that?
First, to be very clear, it's effectively the political secularism, laïcité, is the right to believe in whatever you want in a private circle, but also in your public circle. And this is where the confusion is often made. You have the right to publicly announce your religion. You have the right to publicly practicing your religion, if it's not bothering the rights of others, if it's not a way to forcefully take someone and tell him, you have to admit what my religion is. Macron stands on a very liberal point of view of this political secularism, while we were waiting for a very long time period that what Emmanuel Macron will actually say on political secularism. But the thing is, Emmanuel Macron is just confirming his position step by step. He first said, before he's being elected, that I am not for some ruling or some law who are overcrossing the 1905 law on political secularism. This was the first step. The second step was the speech in Collège des Bernardins, which he made very clear that he wanted to foster some ties in between the church and the state. And now is the final step, going to the Pope and saying that there is no problem in between France and the church. And for instance, you have to remember that in France, in the Quai d'Orsay, in the Foreign Affairs Ministry, you have a specific advisor who is making the relation in between France and the Vatican. So you have someone who is talking with the Pope or talking with the Vatican. So political secularism does not mean end of discussion with other religion. It means we talk with other religions, we take their belief into account, but it does not define what our republic is. It does not define our principles.
Well, he spent nearly an hour with the Pope today. It's clearly someone he's interested in talking to, someone he's interested in listening to. Do you think Macron favours a stronger role than in political life, in public life, for religious leaders?
Well, I think it's also because Pope Francois is really much followed on this question of recent issues, which is migrants issues, which is other issues, and Catholic people are really wider amount of people. So there is something political behind this, definitely. But I think what Macron wants is to not be in trouble with anybody in the society. He wants to listen to everybody, even the religious leader, the other homosexual lobby leaders, and we've seen it during the Élysée during the Festival of Music. He invited different LGBTQ members, and he don't want to be into trouble. Definitely, I really think that he don't want to be in trouble with any of these electoral body.
He wants to be inclusive of all groups.
Yeah, he tried to, at least.
Okay, Asif Arif, we have to leave it there, but thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.